Sharp Game here, coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com, off of Love Can't Wait, which you can find at Amazon.com. And today I'm going to talk about women and the lack of woman skills. And I think if you're a man in today's day and time, and if you have lived long enough, you figured out that you just gotta be honest. You gotta just face it. That women today are not like your mother or your grandmother. Assuming that your mother is above the age of 60, 70 or 80 years old. The women that are below 60 years of age are not the same as women that's above, say, 65, 70s, 80s, and 90 years of age. Women today just don't have the skills and the mental capacity the way they used to be. And it's because they wasn't taught to. They don't know how to. No one ever showed them how to. I mean, women today the average woman today don't even know how to cook. So I'm talking like simple stuff. I'm not talking anything that's complicated. I'm talking about stuff that anybody could do. A lot of women lack the skills technology has a lot to do with that, because technology is dominating the way we communicate with people because of the cell phone and the internet. And people don't feel the need to pick up the phone and talk because they have email, they have text, they have chat, they have apps. So people don't feel like they have to talk. And that makes them kind of antisocial. They don't really know how to engage and socialize amongst people, especially people that they don't know. So whenever males and females get together or encounter each other in any environment, things become awkward very quickly, because when it comes to any type of skill, for the most part, if you don't use it, you lose it, or you get rusty, or you're not as sharp as you used to be. It's kind of like flexing a muscle or using any type of muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it, or you kind of get out of touch after a while. But if you're always doing something consistently every week, every month, every day, that keeps you sharp. It keeps you connected to people, or connected to whatever you're doing. And it helps you to be more disciplined as well. So I tell you this because if you're going to be around a woman in any type of long-term situation, as far as living together or married or whatever the case, you're going to have to make adjustments. You're going to have to adapt. So the things that your woman don't know or can't do, you're gonna have to figure it out. How you're gonna have a support system. You're gonna have to create a support system, because the reality is one person can't do everything. It takes a village. So you're gonna have to make sometimes tough decisions. This is dependent on what you're into as far as making a living, creating income, and if kids involved, where you live, how you live, it's going to vary, right? For example, I'll use myself as an example. I'm a techie guy, right? So I'm in the photography, and I'm in the computers, software development, repairing computers, designs, and sometimes I have to do things that some people around me are uncomfortable with doing, as far as taking pictures or maybe coming on stage with me from time to time, or speaking in front of a group of people at somebody's house or at a party. So if the person around me is uncomfortable with that, I have to go elsewhere and find somebody else that can take her place or his place, right? So you're going to have to do the same thing with your woman. If she doesn't like doing something, or she can't do it, or doesn't understand, you're going to have to seek elsewhere and go elsewhere. That's just how it is today. And I see a lot of guys making the mistake of, they're trying to argue. And I see women too. They're trying to argue with the man or the woman to try to get them to do whatever it is. But that's a waste of time. I mean, you're going to be arguing all the time. What you have to do is you got to create a support system of men and women that can help you achieve whatever goal you want. And unfortunately, we've been tricked and manipulated to believe that one person can do it all. One person can take care of all our fantasies, desires, all of our whatever we wanted, or whatever we wanted created. We've been duped, tricked to believe that one person can do everything. One person cannot fulfill all your dreams, fascinations, fantasies, ambitions. They can't do it, because we're all a work in progress as it is. So if you meet somebody, I mean, unless they're 10, 20, 30 years older than you, I don't think it's practical or logical to think that they can fulfill every need, want, dream, aspiration that you would like. And I just think it's a mistake that a lot of us make. And another thing that I don't think any woman wants to have to deal or be around a man 7 days a week with kids, and she's married, and she has to work 5 days a week. I just don't think most women like it. Now, I don't think most women would say it. I just think most women today is too much for them to handle. So this is why you have to create a support system, because most people today just can't handle it. That's why a lot of people are stressed out. That's why the divorce rate is so high. I mean, a lot of people got into marriage for the wrong reasons in the first place. Just the way they were thinking, it was just delusional. And then if you count on having kids are in the picture, and you still got to do everything you was doing even before the kids came in the picture. It's a lot to handle. This is why a lot of families, that's if their parents are still living on either side, they feel the need to help out sometimes for the younger people, because the parents know that it's a lot, and the parents know the type of sons and daughters that they raise. So even on a subconscious level, the parents know that they can't handle all the responsibility. So they say it takes a village to raise a child, but they don't say it takes a village to take care of a man or a woman. And the reason why they don't say that is because if that message gets out to the mainstream America, that's going to start a movement, and that's going to cut a lot of the funds from the judges and attorneys in divorce court. And that's a $50 billion business annually. So this is why they don't say in mainstream media it takes a village to raise a family. They'll do the exact opposite. They'll go on there and make the guy look like a fool. They'll say, oh, he's a cheater, you're immature, you need to grow up. But they'll chastise the guy, and sometimes the woman, but they don't give any solutions. If you pay attention to that, they always chastise the guy, make him look like a fool, but they never give any solutions to the problem. They'll just say, hey, you need to man up, you need to grow up, be honest, grow a pair. But behind the scenes, when you go on these reality shows, the guy or the girl that's doing the talking, that's on the microphone, whoever show it may be, they're not living the way you would think. They're living the same, similar or the same way that I'm talking to you right now. And we've been bamboozled. We've been tricked to believe that one person can do everything. It wasn't like that when I was growing up. It wasn't like that before I was born. When I was growing up, I saw my family do damn near everything together. Everybody supported everybody. But somehow, when late 90s, I would say, I saw a change. It was like a different vibe in the air, where everyone started to go their own way. And 2005 is when it was like, obviously, something was different in the air. And then you had all these new laws and public policies, and everything kind of organically took off in a different direction. And you had more propaganda and and everything was all so-called liberal in society. And before you know it, you had all these different communities like LBGTs and different groups all across America protesting and talking about women started asking for more women's rights, and all kind of activist groups started popping up all over the place in like 2005. So it became like a war between men and women. That's what I saw. That's how a lot of this stuff popped off. So now a lot of these groups want to rip the relationships between men and women apart. And they just want to be able to do what they want to do without being judged. They like to sleep with 2-3 guys a day without being judged by anybody, without losing their privileges, without losing their way of living, as far as financially or socially as well. So that's where we pretty much at today. But don't get caught up into that. You got to do what works for you. This is why it's very important to get with the right woman, because if you don't get with the right woman, you will be destroyed. You will be finished. And it's easy to get in, and it's hard to get out of a bad situation. This is why, and if you, that's why it's very important, so important to get with the right woman, because if not, if you have a baby with the wrong woman, oh man, the chances of your seed prospering is very slim to none. If you do some research, look at all these guys that had babies with trifling women that things just didn't work out well. Look at the kids, because you got to realize the kids, they say the apple don't fall too far from the tree. Well, that's some words of wisdom. So don't forget to like and share and comment on my video, and leave me a comment. Tell me some stuff that you want me to talk about, because there's a lot of stuff that I can talk about, because I have a lot of experience. So if you like what you heard, subscribe. Check out my blog, chooseyourrelationship.com. Until next time, I'm out.